let them meet one of the new baby kangaroos here this morning. See how that goes. So this is one of them that we're still trying to come up with a name for.
He wants back in the bag.
She probably will jump back in the bag in a few minutes, but we want her to meet the others. Our kangaroos all came here by pairs. So first there was Rough and Tough, then there was Damani and Laura, then there was Rosie and Josie, then there was Tom and Jerry, then these two are Ruby and Max, and the next two aren't named yet. But I bought this one to have one to be a little friend for the other one in there, because the other one just came out of the pouch on Thursday, and I didn't have another little kangaroo to be her little buddy. So I bought this one, even though we raised kangaroos here, just to have another one to be its little partner in life, its little teammate. All right, so kangaroos have a super unusual system of gestation, reproduction, the whole nine. So the female will make Pitocin all of her life. Unless she is malnourished or dehydrated, she will be making Pitocin. Pitocin is what you give to a human female to induce labor. And the females will always make it unless they're malnourished or dehydrated. So they're always looking to birth more babies. But when the baby is born, it is the size of a jelly bean or a lime. It's the size of a jelly bean, weighs 2 grams, crawls on its own up to the mother's pouch. I'll never be an umpire showing my backside to the camera like that, right? Oh well. But fortunately, I don't ever say play ball. So the females make Pitocin continually unless they're malnourished or dehydrated. When the baby is born, it is 2 grams, size of a jelly bean, crawls on its own up to its mother's pouch, goes into the pouch and latches onto a teat. When the baby is nursing, which at the start mom is pumping the milk because 2 grams doesn't even have any muscles to be nursing with. When mom starts pumping milk to the baby, that makes the second chemical that blocks the Pitocin. So it will not normally have 2 babies in the pouch at the same time. It's still making the Pitocin, but the second chemical blocks the Pitocin, so it doesn't go into labor again. The kangaroo is a marsupial, meaning mammals with pouches. Almost all marsupials have 2 uteruses. The kangaroo is no exception to that. And so the kangaroo, with its 2 uteruses, the kangaroo will continually be pregnant in both uteruses all of the time. And hey Michael, grab me a little handful of hay to put right here. The 2 uteruses will always be pregnant all of the time. So if the baby doesn't make it up and latch onto a pouch and teat and start to nurse within 2 days, then 2 days later, fire 2, birth from the second uterus. So the baby, the second, just set it right here so you can see the kangaroo. So when the baby, I lost my train of thought.
Sorry, it takes you longer.
No, it's all good. It's all
If
good.
she's too much, let me know.
No, I'm totally good. When the baby comes up to the pouch and latches onto the teat, makes the second chemical, blocks the Pitocin, doesn't normally induce labor again. If the first baby does not make it to the pouch, then 2 days later it's built up enough Pitocin again to induce labor a second time. You want to pet the baby right here? Yeah, pet me. We're all good. You want to wear the hat? There you go, Robbie Hatcher will be all excited about that.
There you go.
So, although he's not campaigning right now. So the kangaroo, if the baby doesn't make it to the pouch, in 2 days it's built up enough Pitocin that it will fire 2, birth from the second uterus. So every time it gives birth once, it has 2 opportunities for a baby to make it up to the pouch and become a viable embryo. So no, she's fine. It's absolutely okay.
Just because she can grab her.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
So just want to make sure you're fine.
Half of my kids are from hard places, and comes down to it, I know the therapeutic hole.
There you go.
And Turn your head. So anyway, every time it births one, it has two opportunities. One, to make it to the pouch and become a viable embryo. You want to turn this way so you can see the baby better? Here, let's see. Here we go. You can scoot over here. There you are. All right, now you can see the baby. So the baby will go up to the pouch, latch onto a teat. It will not let go even once for at least 70, as much as 90 days. During that whole period of time, mom is making something more similar to colostrum than milk, because she is essentially nursing an embryo. At about 90 days, the baby will start to nurse and release, nurse and release. That's what shifts mom from making colostrum to making milk. The baby will continue in the pouch until 6 months of age. It will start to put its face out of the pouch. At 7 months of age, it will start to jump out of the pouch. Why don't you go give me the one that just came out of the pouch, still in the pouch. And from 7 to 8 months of age, the baby can jump in and out of the pouch. And at 8 months of age, it'll be too big to jump in and out of the pouch, so it will just put its face in to nurse milk. At 10 months-ish, the mother will wean it, and that can be affected by whether or not it has another baby in the pouch. So there are two things that will, so backing up to the two uteruses, look at this one, sweetheart. You want to see this baby over here? So backing up to the two in the pouch all of the time, if the first baby does make it up to the pouch, what then happens to the second baby? So if the first baby does make it up to the pouch, what happens to the second? So what happens to the second is freeze frame, embryonic diapause. It will pause in utero, it will not progress, it will not regress. It will remain exactly the way it is from 33 days until forever. Could be days, weeks, months, or years. There are two things that will make the mother be ready to birth another baby, and that is if whatever baby it is currently nursing stops nursing, that takes the blocker off of the Pitocin, so it will birth again immediately. So this one came out of the pouch on Thursday. Its mother has had another baby by now. The second thing that will make a female kangaroo be ready to birth another embryo is if it becomes overweight, literally too high a body fat content. It will double up the production of Pitocin to bypass the blocker, birth a second baby. So then once there's two, both nursing, it will double up the amount of blocker so it can't possibly birth a third. The kangaroos have an effective but brutal way of surviving droughts. When a drought starts, as soon as the females are malnourished or dehydrated, they will all throw all of their babies away. So as soon as the females are malnourished or dehydrated, they will all throw all of the babies away. So that puts a cap on the demand on the mother's bodies to produce milk. It also puts a cap on the demand on the food source. So as a mob, the group of kangaroos is called a mob. As a mob, they have the best odds of survival if they get rid of all the babies. So but they all are pregnant in both uteruses all of the time. They'll have two, both on embryonic diapause through the whole drought. But if they're malnourished or dehydrated, they're not producing the Pitocin, so none of them will give birth through the whole drought. At the end of a drought in a desert place ordinarily ends with extremely heavy rainfall. So that everything in the desert will turn lush and green as soon as the drought ends, and so the kangaroos will all become renourished, rehydrated near immediately at the end of the drought, so they all give birth to a baby. Then in a short period of time after, look at that little baby right there. Within a short period of time after the drought, because of all the lush green grass that's everywhere, or lush green whatever that's everywhere, they all will become overweight and they all will give birth to a second baby right away after the drought. So suppose the drought was long and strong, maybe only half of them survive. The normal family group for red kangaroos is 1 male, 50 females. So the 1 male is statistically insignificant. So say that they went in with 50 and only half survived, now they're at 25, right? As soon as the drought is over and they all give birth to a baby, now they're back at 50. And then as soon as they're all fat, now they're all at 75. So they come out of a drought larger in number and stronger by individual, because obviously the strong survive, the weak die. They come out of the drought stronger by individual and larger in number than they went into the drought. So that is why kangaroos are absolutely prolific in Australia, and they do outnumber humans at least 3 to 1, kangaroos and wallabies together. So the drought, you could say, is good for a kangaroo. Other things about kangaroos in general. It's okay, I put my hand on her.
Yes, of course.
I try to just...
The blonde
No,
is nervous. She's nervous. She's bothering you.
No. Everybody is important. We try to just be as normal can be. So anyway, kangaroos. The normal family group for red kangaroos is 1 male, 50 females. So if you want to be the 1 male, all the rest of them have got to go. So at the expense of everybody else, one is the boss. An adult male kangaroo is a massive animal. A male kangaroo grows forever. If it is alive, it is growing, like a tortoise. They never stop growing. The males. The females do. The males don't. In the wild, they're lucky to make 5 years because, they're all battling to be the boss. But in captivity, they don't, because we don't put more than one unneutered male together, and also we don't hunt them, we don't eradicate them by various intentional means. So in captivity in the States, a male kangaroo can live to be 20 years old. In the wild, when they max out at around 5 years old, they only get up to maybe 140, 150. In captivity, the world record for a red kangaroo is 6'7", and that is standing on the ground, 6'7", more than 8.5 feet, nose to tail. Hello from the kangaroo encounter. So in captivity, they live to be more than 20. They can live to be 20 years old, and they never stop growing. The record is a kangaroo named Roger. You can look him up on Wikipedia. He was 6'7", more than 8.5 feet, nose to tail. We have both the genetics and the intent to grow record-sized kangaroos here. The father of our father kangaroo, on the day that ours was born, his father was 8 years old. He was 6'2" and 225. The father of all of our female kangaroos, except for this one was bred and born here on the farm. The father of all of our female kangaroos just passed jumping into a fence. He was 10 years old, and he was 6'4" and 250. And so we have both the genetics and the intent to grow record-sized kangaroos here. That is part of why we bottle feed them for so doggone long, is I don't want a kangaroo that's a whole lot bigger than me that isn't super friendly. And our male outside, he walk up to you and say, "Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?" And he gives you a kiss. That's a very unusual male kangaroo. So this one just came out of the pouch on Thursday. This is what they look like when they're really tiny, and they just sleep a whole lot. When you first have one out of the pouch, they are eating like 5 bottles a day. So it's a serious time commitment to be keeping baby kangaroos. The other things about a kangaroo, what I'd be normally talking about outside, other things about kangaroos, an adult male kangaroo can jump at least 20 feet from a standstill. These lines on the floor are 16 feet apart, so that means that the kangaroo could jump further than one line to the next. The stall fronts are 16 feet too. They can jump further than one line to the next in a single jump from a standstill. On subsequent jumps, they can jump very much further than that, and the guy that we have outside can cover this entire building in 2 jumps if he's already moving. This building is 64 feet long. So the time that I saw him cover the whole thing, it was once on the concrete right there, once kind of in the middle, and on out the other end in 2 jumps. They don't jump particularly high, they jump far. Now kangaroos have a super unusual system of locomotion. When they're walking, you'll see they always go front, back, tail. So when they're walking, you would refer to a kangaroo as a pentaped, 5-footed. When they're jumping, you would refer to them as bipedal. They jump only on the 2 back feet. You see one jumping, it's only the 2 back feet. Like that. When they're jumping on the 2 back feet, that puts the springs in their legs into motion, into effect. So the kangaroos are going to be covering 15 and 20 miles a day in the desert. Now, I hiked the Appalachian Trail with 4 of my sons. I didn't finish. And we were looking to cover 12 to 14 miles a day. And to do so, we had to be pounding 5,000 calories apiece. Ain't no way a kangaroo's getting 5,000 calories of scrub grass to be covering 15, 20 miles a day, right? So how can that calorie balance possibly work? That's a valid question. There you go, one. Are you having a fun day? What do you think of kangaroos? They're fun animals, aren't they? So how it works. If you look at the kangaroo, you see the tight bands down the back of the leg, right? That's their tendon. There's another one coming along the bottom. Physiologically, look at them. Up here where their toes are, that's their foot. That would be their ankle, that would be their knee, and their hip would be back there by their tail. So as they come down out of the air, there's a long tendon down the back of the leg and along the bottom. As they come down out of the air, it stretches that tendon. Then we're good. Then as they go forward, doing, that spring slams shut and flings the kangaroo forward. So the kangaroo is jumping by the force of springs, not by the force of muscle. So it's, kinetic to potential, potential to kinetic, back and forth like that. If he was having to cover 15 to 20 miles a day by muscular force, that could not work. So the kangaroo, when a human is walking, we say that's effort of 1. To jog is effort of 3 or 4 times the effort of walking. To run slowly is effort of 6, 7, 8 times the effort of walking. To be Usain Bolt, 100-meter dash, maximum effort, shortest time, you're talking about 15 to 20 times the effort of walking. Kangaroo is very much the opposite. When they are walking, front feet, back feet, tail, front, back, tail, the tail provides as much of the locomotive force as any of the 4 legs. But the springs are not effective. Walking is effort of 1. Jumping, low speed, is effort of 1. Jumping at medium speed is effort of about 1 1/4 to 1 1/2. Jumping top speed, and a male kangaroo can do 45 miles an hour. Jumping top speed is only about 2.5 to 3 times the effort of walking. So that is how they can cover the vast distances that they cover on a very limited calorie intake because they're just eating scrub grasses in the desert. So that's how they get it done. It is absolutely God's design for a kangaroo. It is not by muscular effort that a kangaroo jumps. They are crazy strong though. When they're jumping, their tails are a counterbalance. They don't have any part of the jumping except counterbalance. Tail's really heavy, really muscular. An adult male kangaroo can lean back onto its tail, all 4 legs off the ground, and orient and deliver a blow with both back feet, sufficient to break all your ribs or your femur in 1 shot. But if they're actually looking to hurt each other, they grab on with the front feet, leave the back feet, leave the tail on the ground, and they go with the back feet like that, trying to rip each other up. And in a kangaroo fight, it is not at all uncommon for both of them to be the loser.
Do the girls, the females fight?
No.
Just
On the fight or flee, males will always choose fight, females will always choose flee.
She wants to know about the pouch. Are they born with it, or is it like?
Yes. Here,
They're born
I'll show you. This little one right here came out of the pouch 3 days ago. And right there, right where her belly button would be. See right there, that's her little pouch right there. And she's only been out of the pouch for 3 days. So that's her tiny little pouch right there. But I grew up seeing Winnie the Pooh, so I thought the pouch was like this. It's not. It's like that. And if they don't have a baby in, it's like it looks about like an open navel.
Yeah.
And then as the baby goes inside and grows and develops, they expand. There we go. You like this little kangaroo? You want to hold her on your lap? We get yeses and nos?
so if she smiles, it's usually a yes.
So you want to hold the little baby kangaroo? Yeah, okay. Here we go. Now we have to be real careful. This is only a little baby, okay? Got the camera ready, Dad? No, we're holding it
We
now.
gotta feel it. Okay. They're so quiet.
Kangaroos aren't particularly gentle with each other, so.
They're so quiet when they like run by. Like, if a dog runs by, you hear its nails, you hear its passing around. They're silent.
Yeah, they are.
They're very strong.
I'm a first rodeo.
It's just hard when you don't want your kids to
And
Don't worry, I'm the boss. I'm responsible for what happens here.
Are all kangaroos, are they all like red? Are they all?
No, there's red kangaroos, eastern grays, western grays, desert kangaroos, and then various types of wallabies.
Okay.
So the red kangaroo is the only one that's red, and the red is on them, not in them. So they have musk glands under their neck right here, and they have some other smaller ones spread across their body. The musk oozes out from their musk glands and spreads across their fur. So if you sat here and you rub this kangaroo with a white towel, the towel will turn red.
Oh,
Now, what's the difference between a kangaroo and a wallaby, right?
Wallabies are smaller, shorter legs, stubbier animals overall, and don't cover near the distance that a kangaroo does, and don't live as long.
Is there any crossbreeding between the two?
I'm not sure. In the wild, I'm sure there would not be. In captivity, I don't know if anyone has crossbred them or not.
any questions there? Pretty cool.
She's getting here.
Okay. Not everybody always gets to have a good day.
Yeah.
When we have a good day, we have to be thankful for the opportunity, right?
Take it out. Andrew, what do you think? Wait, you get that?
Can't see.
What are you trying to say?
They get two.
So they have a swamp cooler built in. A kangaroo licks from here to here, and they have a tremendous network of blood vessels just below the skin. So they lick this all slobbery, and then as the slobber evaporates off, it cools the blood that's below the skin. So that's how the kangaroos can stay cool in the desert. And in the pouch, I would imagine they just are maintaining mom's body temperature. So probably the mother pulling herself to cool the baby off. I really don't know. But before this one